Alright guys, welcome to headlight review of the review. About 6 months ago I installed these headlights from MOVOTOR and I got a huge response. Sorry, room's noisy, printer going. Got a huge not response, watch rate. A lot of people watched it. And a lot of people asked me for a review at night for how well they work. One, I've been incredibly busy, and two, I wanted to own them for a little bit. I'm not one of those people that wants to give out a review and not live with the product I'm reviewing for a little bit before giving a really honest opinion. There's a lot of those types of reviews, and I don't necessarily agree with them. That's why I did an install video of the lights and that they were working. I've lived with these for 6 months on my daily driver, and lo and behold, they've been great. The light output is amazing, and with considering the price and a lot of people's skepticism about overseas light manufacturers putting out lower quality lights is definitely a concern. There's more low quality lights than there is good quality lights on the market. I took a chance with these guys because these were different. These were unique, for lack of a better term. They had a style that I really liked. They looked kind of Bugatti Veyron-ish, and I'm a huge fan of that car. I know that's horribly unrealistic, considering that car is a $2 million car, but, you know, I feel they're pretty cool. With that being said, they're a great price, and for 6 months of daily use, probably about 6,000 miles of use, and a considerable amount of it being at night. During the summertime, they were fine, and now that it's getting colder, I was also waiting to see if they would fog up. They haven't. There's no condensation in the lights. I've had no LED failures. They haven't lost adjustment, and everything functions high beam, low beam, turn signal. They don't hyper flash, and they just work. So for all of you wondering how the light output is and how they are to live with, I think they are a considerable upgrade compared to the stock housings, and compared to an OEM style housing and a good LED bulb, which is what a lot of people go to for these trucks because that's what's reliable. These are a good alternative. That being said, I can see where a lot of people wouldn't want to run these. And it's only because you can't replace the LEDs, you can't replace the headlight bulbs. They are an integrated style headlight and turn signal system. But working alongside the manufacturer and getting quick responses to them, I suspect that they are willing to work with you because they really do want to improve products. They've been asking me questions about this and a few other products. They have, anytime I've had any issues, they get back to me usually within 24 hours, if not 48, which I think is incredibly good for an overseas company. It's incredibly good for a US company. A lot of those take days, and if you get a hold of someone, they usually will try to stay in contact with you. So, really good customer service, fast customer service, and super polite people. Now, when you do talk to them, you might sense there's a little bit of a language barrier, so I'm sure they're using a translation program, but they don't get frustrated. They're very friendly, and I think they are really making an effort to bring a good product. And the fact that they're asking me questions about fitment, connections, what are things that can be improved. I think they're really trying. So, with that being said, before I show you the video of the truck, it is my daily driver. It is dirty. The windshield is hellacious. And I haven't had the time to even wash my truck in the last few months. So, that's my excuse. And if you don't like it, potato. Yeah, let's take a look. Well, everyone, here it is. I'm finally doing a nighttime light output. So, with that being said, I also figured a good time to do a 6-month review. Now, I've had the headlights in the truck a little bit longer than 6 months, I think. No, it's been about 6 months. But I wanted to really have a decent review. And with that being said, these headlights have been working great. Now, what you're seeing as I go down the road is the low beam. And right just a moment ago when I was turning, I'm pretty sure you could see the turn signals. They're very bright, and they work very well. I've had no LED bulb, any of the turn signal LEDs or marker light LEDs go out. I'm not getting any fogging in the lenses, especially, you know, I was a little worried about that. Now it's cooling down where I'm at, and I haven't had any of those problems. So as you can see, the light output is really good. You can see pretty far off to one side. With low beams, I've never gotten high beam flashes from other cars, so I know they're aimed well enough to where they're not aggravating other drivers. Now you turn on the high beams, that's a whole different story. You are blinding the ever-living hell out of anyone coming your way. They are very direct, very bright, and you can't miss them. Mind you, that leaves on low beam and high beam, so you end up with a very broad spectrum of light, which is really nice compared to the stock light output. When even if you have LEDs on the truck, it turns off the low beam, which is not ideal. So you get full spectrum, you get the wide angle of the low beam and the very direct, straight down the road high beam. And to be honest, as I'm looking at the screen, I'm not disappointed in the light output whatsoever, and I can say it's safe to say that what you're seeing on screen is pretty representative of what you get in real life, is the best thing I can say. So with that being said, they're $240 on Amazon. I think that's plenty reasonable. I've worked and talked to the manufacturer, or at least a representative thereof. They have been wonderful to work with and very, very responsive. I'm going to turn around here. And responsive as in, I usually get a response from them within 24 hours with no issues. So, I gotta say, for an overseas company, I like working with them. And I'm excited to see what they come out with next. Now, drawbacks. Can I think of any drawbacks? Luckily, from out of the box, I really had no issue with aiming them. I've heard of people having comments or saying comments on social media saying that it's kind of a hassle to align them. Once I tell them that the screwdriver method for the Phillips bit and the adjuster wheels, all of a sudden it becomes a whole lot easier. So, man, I think that's really the only drawbacks I can really think of. And that's pretty good. Now, this has only been 6 months. I live in an area where it gets pretty warm. And I'm not getting any hazing. I'm not getting any delamination. I'm not getting any sunspots like where the plastic degrades. And I've had really, really good luck with these lights. With that being said, just to show you guys, there is no missing LEDs. And those headlights are so bright that it's really hard to see the actual pattern of the turn signal. So, there's with just the low beam. There's with the high beam. God awful lot of light. And I promise you, that is not exaggerated. And mind you, I'm parked on a hill, so that's doing weird things to the light output. Yeah, they're wonderfully bright. They work incredibly well. All right. So, for those of you who watched the install video, I got many requests about this video, and I really do apologize because I haven't been able to put videos out lately. I have a lot of other stuff going on, and I know I'm a small channel at the moment, and it's not really that anybody cares, but, you know, I do apologize, and I'm sorry it took so long, but it actually worked out really well. I actually got to live with these lights for a little bit, and not just throw out some, oh yeah, these work review. I live with these lights daily. This is my daily driver. I drive it to and from work every day. I drive the kids to school in it. I drive to families' houses in this thing. I drive this thing everywhere. So, I've had a lot of drive time with these headlights. I am suffice to say that I put about 1,000 miles a month on my truck, which for some is not a lot. But, you know, 6 months, 6,000 miles, it's about right for the average vehicle, and I've had no issues with these lights. Yeah. Now, like I said, I don't get people flashing me, but people lately seem to have this problem of driving with their high beams on regardless of where they're at, and they just leave them on 24/7. But hey, what are you gonna do? Flash them back, I guess. So, I'm sure you guys hear all the loose stuff in the back of my cargo area. Sorry about that. Like I said, daily driver. Well, I'll catch back up with you guys in the office. But here's the light output. You can see how nice and wide it is. And it doesn't piss people off. But I've already said that. So, I'll also try to throw a clip with some driving down a road with some buildings so you guys can see more of an urban area. I'm out in the middle of the orchards. I thought it'd make for a more appropriate video, especially while holding a camera. It's not really a good idea. Do as I say, not as I do. Don't drive with a video camera. It's really not appropriate. But see you back at the office, guys. Well, as you can see, I'm not great at this. But there's your light output video, guys. And hope you enjoyed the snarky little texts across the screen. Once again, sorry for repeating myself, talking too much. And you having to look at this ugly mug. Thanks for watching. I will try to put out more videos. And yeah. Ooh, look, shiny.